All right, we are live. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. We are a little short for our, oh, hi Carol. Welcome. We just finished saying what we were going to dress up at for Halloween. So you want to go? Just kidding. Before we get started, we want to officially welcome Jory Hansen to the Corn Palace Events and Entertainment Board. As you know, the mayor makes those assignments. We have a lot of goings on with Dakota Wesleyan. Obviously, as a facility use side of things, you know, a simple example is not obviously ball games and graduations, and we had the wrestling event here on Friday night. We use them for festival. They help us do cleanup. Men are practicing right now, so he's a good representative of a user of our facility, and we appreciate his input. So welcome, Jory. Maybe you want to tell the board just a bit about you, and then we'll just do a quick around the circle to introduce the rest of us that are here.
Thank you, Doug. Jory Hansen. I serve as Director of Development at Dakota Wesleyan, and yeah, just a great partnership with Dakota Wesleyan and the Corn Palace, and I think it could be an asset to both here. Live in Mitchell with my wife Danny. We have 3 children. The oldest 2 go to L.B. Williams Elementary. Claire is a 3rd grader. Braden's in 1st grade, and Wyatt keeps mom busy at home. So we are, and we'll be here.
Thank you, Jory. Appreciate it. And of course, a big item that I left off was the decorating, and the theme, as you know, the Wesleyan's digital media design program does that. So lots of connections with Dakota Wesleyan. So we, as a general rule, we meet the first Tuesday of each month at 4 o'clock here in the council chambers. We move to the second one because we sometimes have events going on, or we need more information, so we really couldn't take action until we get that. But for the most part, we will be the first Tuesday of each month, and I believe I've added November and December to your calendar. So good afternoon, Tim. Let's just, Gene, how about you go? We'll give Tim time to catch his breath. Just introduce yourself to Jory real quick.
Hi, Jory. Gene Keeler.
Hi, Jory. Steve Morgan.
Doug Greenway, Director of the Corn Palace.
Craig Stuckey, Box Office Concession Supervisor.
Alex Heidinger, Chamber Director, and his lovely family was featured in one of our new CVB tourism commercials, so
Check that out.
My middle son, Brady, was the star of the show with his
Yeah.
ice cream cone. The thing's just massive, and it was just a mess, but it made for some good
taking a big, huge bite out of it. It's adorable.
John Foster with the Depot.
Tim Goldhammer, City Council.
So a liaison to the city council as well. And then normally the mayor is here, and then city administrator Stephanie Elwine are here too. And then we're missing Jordan Gow and Gio Lanier from up at Thirsties. So that would make up the rest of our board. So good afternoon. Before a couple of you walked in, I made a mistake in the posting of the agenda. You got it Friday, but I neglected to put it on out to the public, which means if we took action items, we'd be in violation of open meeting laws because I didn't post the agenda 24 hours. I had thought I'd done that on Friday, and I sent it to you, but it didn't get, the little box didn't get slid over that posts it to our website. So for that reason, we're going to go through minutes, but we'll do an official acceptance of them the next time. And I've handed those out to you just to have and review. Typically give a report of upcoming past events, and you can kind of see those on there. And then kind of one of the items, executive session, we talked about festival numbers, and we will review that today as well. So again, we'll do an official approval in November for our September minutes. Okay. As far as the approval of the agenda, is there anything? I'm going to give a report, upcoming past events, decorating. Craig's got just some information on some of the larger events that we had from the concessions standpoint. We'll see if there's any citizens input, and then we'll turn off the video and move into executive session and give you updates on our Gold Star Amusement and Entertainment information as far as entertainment contracts for 2024. So we'll dive right into director's report. last time we met was the Tuesday after Labor Day, and they were starting to haul in raise 'em rank things. That event was moved to a weekend earlier from 2022. Numbers were actually down slightly because they had competition from a rodeo or bull riding event in Weston Springs and one in southwest Minnesota. And he knew about the Minnesota one. He was a little disappointed that Weston Springs booked theirs knowing that he had his going on. So they're trying to get together and not have that happen. It took some bull riders away. Having said that, financially, it was a better year for him because he sold more sponsorships. He was much more organized on the VIP tables. If any of you supported that, you know, we brought VIP in the south door and they got told where to go and they were basically escorted. We had a bar for VIP on the stage right there. That was much, much smoother. It allowed us to handle, some of you took tickets and we handled the ticketing in the front door very easily. But we were right at 1,000 on 900 on Friday night and 1,000 on Saturday night, which is down. But our alcohol sales, which a portion of that went to them, 30% of that was actually up. So that was good. We thought it went well, and it's a 5-day rental for the Corn Palace. We came right off of that, and the NRA banquet flip-flopped then with Raise 'em Rank. And 400, Craig, I guess Craig worked that event. I was not here. We had to set up on Friday, and then that is the Friends of NRA, and it's a fundraising event for youth shooting sports. And that was first time here last year, and they're able to, it actually was bigger this year than last year. So because they have more space, I think it'll continue to grow a little bit. They ran into a conflict with the Colonel Bowl events, which, you know, there's just so much going on and only so many people to come to things. So they expected a little bigger growth than they had, but still it was good. Then we followed that up the following Saturday, the 23rd, with National Kids Pedal Pole. 504 kids. We had, we thought we had 17 states. All said and done, we had 14 states here, but we had Florida for the first time, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Oklahoma, of course, all the states around here. Big concession day. Craig, we were one of our biggest days of the year, actually.
Yeah, it was up only about $700 over last year, but still one of the largest days of the year. And just some popcorn. We sold 418 popcorn, and 173 of those were larges. We struggled, even the master Doug was making popcorn and couldn't keep up, so you know it's crazy when that happens. So corn dogs, 96 corn dogs. Yeah, it's something that for whatever reason, and I like to think that it's part of my marketing scheme, but one never knows. Sometimes you just have to get lucky, but we've been selling tons and tons of corn dogs. Doug hasn't talked about it yet, but cheer and dance, we had that event last Thursday. It was on a weeknight. Previous year it was on a Saturday. Going into it, I thought, well, wasn't that great last year on a Saturday. It's not going to be any better this year, and kind of got caught with our shirts untucked. It was $1,300 better than the previous year, so hopefully we can get them to do it on a weeknight again. Bring some of the smaller communities in. They had more teams because there wasn't other competing events on a Saturday.
Yeah, the Saturday had more pressure and other things to do, I think. But yeah, we had 22 schools here altogether. So some had just one thing, others had cheer, and then there's 3 dance competitions, and they had entries in all of them. So it was pretty amazing. I mean, it was nonstop from about 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock. So that, yeah, we did nearly $10,000, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't quite that much, but it was still a good day.
In 4 hours. In 4 hours.
Yeah, it
So
was jam-packed.
it really is good. Anyway, we did the half marathon for the Kiwanis and the cheer and dance, and then last Friday we had the Wesleyan wrestling ambush at the Palace, which was a really cool event. And of course, had it been Wednesday, I'm convinced we would have had 300 or 400 people out there, easy on a nice warm, because it was 55 and breezy, there was probably 250 there. I don't know, Troy, were you at that? I'm trying to think it was very well attended and very well done. There definitely will do it again, and I think we can make it even better. But you said, why would they wrestle outside? Because we could have brought them inside, but that's kind of the thing to do. And cheerleaders were there, and they announced every wrestler and where they were from, and there was parents there and fans, and it was just really a nice event. And even with the cool weather, and a quick little event from 5 to about 8:30. I was out of here, so it was quite well done. Upcoming, to jump right into that, our flu pod. So we have kind of a quiet week this week, which is good. We're doing some painting, the back end of the armory, a wall in the Corn Palace. A number of you were part of the next generation Corn Palace design, if you will, and the architects we're gonna put a vinyl graphic on the wall that shows what the ideas are. And the intent is to put this in front of our locals and those that visit the Corn Palace and see, I guess, what kind of reaction we get. We'll see. So it's going to be right outside, it'll be in the north end of the court is where it will be. It'll say, and coming up, and then there'll be 2 full walls, about 18 feet of graphic showing depiction of what the new generation Corn Palace could be. So that's kind of exciting. And then we will have the flu pod next Tuesday. We expect 600 to 700. If you participate in that, it's ages 4 to 64. They have vaccines for adults this year, which in the past has been mostly just kids. And so that will be expect a big crowd for that. And then the pheasant banquet will be on the 20th. Again, you don't really need help for those things. It's the biggest pheasant banquet in the United States, held right here at the Corn Palace. So there'll be 700 people here. Chris, we're going to refine our bar service a little bit, so it's a little quicker. They literally run out of room, though. You know, I've tried to encourage them to maybe use the stage for seating, VIP type things, but right now everything's on the floor, so it gets pretty tight. But and then we're going to follow that up on the 21st with it's called the Breathe Life Foundation event, and it's a music concert. Basically, they've got 2 entertainers. It's a rental. We're promoting it from, basically from the Corn Palace side of things, but it's a $25 ticket, general admission, $50 VIP on the floor in front of the stage. And we'll have concessions and 2 different singers, an American Idol singer, and then a gal out of Sioux Falls. And they expect the hunters that are in town Saturday night to buy tickets, and we're going to do a big promo of it at the banquet on Friday night. So we expect to be able to sell some tickets on Friday at the banquet, and then lots of walk-ins. So we'll see. It could be 200, it could be 1,000. We're kind of waiting to see. It's a brand new event. The promoters out of California, working with a gentleman in South Dakota, they're taking the wounded veterans, handicapped veterans, on a pheasant hunt, and then this is kind of the wrap-up of the day to have this event. So that'll be something new. The 23rd is the lake auctions. Lot auctions, I said, for the lake are going to be here at the Corn Palace, and then we have the Gather and Grace event on the 28th, and we open up to Port Wesleyan men only on the 29th, on Sunday, the afternoon game here. So those are kind of the upcoming events, and we'll get right into it. We actually have 4 or 5 basketball games before we resurface the floor. That's kind of intentional. We try to get through these banquets, lots of chairs, lots of spills, tables dragging, setups of displays, that kind of thing. So we will be doing the floor the week of Thanksgiving. Monday, so we'll shut down that whole week on the arena floor for resurfacing the floor. So, and then they'll do the stage at the same time. So
You do that every year, Doug?
every year, it's have to. I mean, it's that track. We have over 205 basketball games on that floor this year. So, sure.
What is the state of the floor in the interim?
Right now, the condition.
Yeah.
It's not great. It's safe, I will say that, but over the course of the year, we try not to put tape on it, or we try to put, if it's tape, it's the right kind. Sometimes tape gets on it, like we had somebody put duct tape down at a banquet to cover up a rug. You can't get it up without turning the wax off. So luckily, it's not on the surface, playing surface. It's off to the side and will be hidden by the scores table. But yeah, it's smudged, scratched, but we will take all the marks off and have it completely cleaned, and then they abrase it, I guess you call it, basically rough it all up and get all those scratches out and put new wax on. But we ask the basketball teams, how they think it feels. We have a product called Tack or Game Time that we will mop on, and we used to do that before this new surface was applied last year. We did that every basketball game. It was very expensive, both labor and product, and we don't have to do that anymore with the new wax we're using. So we're very, very happy with the floor. It just takes a lot of abuse through the course of the year. But we do watch it, and we check with the teams to make sure that it's safe. And then if it's a little bit too slippery, that's what happens. You lose the wax and it becomes slippery. And we have a product we can apply to get that back in shape. Okay, any questions about past or upcoming events at all? Craig, anything you want to add besides what you mentioned already?
Last month, that we've been up year to date. So hopefully that is a trend that continues, going against our lower numbers with our neighbor. We'll see.
Well, Main Street competition is good in the self-help. But yeah, we'll see. We're looking forward to again, we've added a 3-day tournament in end of January. Sports and Events Authority just met today, and that'll be coming in, and we are hosting all 3 days of the Hoop City Classic this year, which is last year it was 2 days. So that'll be a 3-day tournament. Actually, we're running 14 games a day, 9 on the main floor, and then the others up in the Armory, 6 a day in the Armory. So besides that, we're hosting a youth basketball tournament. It's maybe 60, 75 teams. Those will be competing at Dakota Wesleyan, but every one of those kids will get to come to the games for free. And of course, that helps concessions. So we think we're going to have a good year with these 2 new events. Okay, and then we just had our first event with high school on Thursday, and as you know, that new agreement with high school, they are actually renting and paying ticket fees similar to what Dakota Wesleyan has. So that's the first time that we've done that. So that'll be additional revenue to help cover some costs, which is what we need to do. I'm going to jump right into decorating. We can start thinking about themes now. We would basically, I would set you up with some ideas for November, but the corn is amazing. We knew it was going to be, but our corn, they're foot-long ears. Bottom line is we just need more bodies. We've got 3 guys working during the day and another 2 after school, cutting corn, splitting corn, and trimming the ears. So we feel good about where we're at, but we really should, these big ones should take about 12 days to finish after they're cleared. And now it's going to be 14 days before we get that one done. And we're tearing off the elephants now. And in fact, maybe they got it done today. I don't know.
I don't know, I can't see that.
Yeah. Go check out our webcam, corn cam. But Mike Miller is up, so we're hearing some good feedback about him. Yeah, it looks really good. And then we do have a change, and I honestly, rather than, there's not much we can do about it, but honestly, when we picked the order, the design there's 3 large murals, and then there's 5 small ones, and then there's the long one, which is Orange Fowler. Billy Mills was designed, and Bob Barker designed to fit on the large murals, not Oscar Howe. Oscar Howe is, obviously these have been done since, so my thinking was, went back in 2022, we either changed the order or decided that Oscar Howe was going to be on the side, because we don't have a large Oscar Howe, we have a large Billy Mills. So Billy Mills will be mural number 2, still be very good representative on that mural. Bob Barker will be number 3, and then we'll go down the side for the small ones. So a minor change there from what we had discussed. And then we actually do have the order of what we picked for the small ones between Lori and those Fowlers. Just we thought we had Oscar Howe and we have Billy Mills instead. So, but the corn's very good. If you know anybody that's interested in working, we'll take them any hours. We can go between 7 and 5 or till daylight. Need to be 16 years old. So, or if they're retired, looking for some things to do, send them our way. We would absolutely take them and get them helping decorate the corn balls. Okay. So November will kind of be we'll start that theme process, we have to, and so that we can have that done, January, and then Dakota Wesleyan will start working on that February, March, and then they kind of fine tune it after spring break, before they leave for the year, so it'll come up quickly. So I'll send you some information prior to November to be thinking about what's going on in the world. I'll be very honest with you, one that really came to my mind was a unity type of theme of some kind. It just seems like there's just a lot of chaos, aren't getting along very well on lots of world fronts, local fronts. And I thought, maybe there's a unity theme out there that we could use and come up with. I always reference that when we show the murals inside, the handshakes of two cultures coming together from left to right in the center of the court. And it's timeless, it really is. And I don't know that we've had one like that. So, but you'll have obviously your own ideas and come with those on November, and then we'll fine tune and make a decision in December for the theme. Okay. All right. No questions. I'm going to jump right into executive session. We just have the two items I need to discuss there. No citizen input. So let me shut off the video.